We have done in last stanza that Derry realized now he can do anything whatever he wants. Okay, so we'll move to the next page. They tell me, do you have to agree, Derry? I don't know what I want. I want something no one else has got or ever will have. So he says, actually, I don't know what I want. Then he says, actually, I want the thing which nobody has got till now. Something just mine, which will be only mine. Like this garden. I don't know what it is. He said, like this garden, I want something which will be only mine, which will belong only to me. And I don't know what will be there. Mr. Lamb, you could find out. Derry, how? So Mr. Lamb says, you could find out. Now Derry is asking, how I'll find out. Waiting, watching, listening, sitting here or going there. I will have to see to the bees. He said, waiting, watching, listening, sitting, sit here, listen, watch, talk to people, wait for them, and look here and there. There are so many things to look around. And now I have to go to bees. Those other people who come here, do they talk to you, ask you things? Now Derry is asking the question to Mr. Lamb. So you said so many people come here. Do they also talk to you or ask you things like I am asking? Some do, some don't. I ask them. I like to learn. He says some of them they do. They ask me, and some of them they don't ask me. I ask them. I ask them because I like to learn. I like to learn always. I don't believe in them. I don't think anybody ever comes. So Derry says, I don't believe that you are saying it right or you are saying it true. I don't think anybody comes here. You are here all by yourself and miserable, and no one would know if you were alive or dead, and nobody cares. He said, I don't think whatever you are saying it is correct. You are all alone here, and you live yourself alone, and it's a miserable life. And when you will die also, nobody will get to know because nobody cares if you are alive or you are dead. Mr. Lamb, you think what you please, dearie. All right then, tell me some of their names. So he said, whatever you think, whatever pleases you, you think. So Daddy said, okay, if there are people, those who come to the garden, tell me their names. What are names? Tom, Dick, or Harry? He said, what is in the name? Tom, Dick, or Harry. Different names. Getting up. I am off down to the bees. He said, okay, now I am going to see bees. I think you are deaf. Crazy. He said, I think you are mad, insane, or crazy. That's a good excuse. So Mr. Lamb said, that's a good excuse you are making, Derry. What for? You don't talk sense. That's a good excuse. What for? You don't talk sense. He said, that's a good excuse. And Derry said, for what excuses? You don't talk sense. You talk senseless. You're not talking in your senses. Good excuse not to come back. And you've got a burned up face. And that's other people's excuse. He said, it's a good excuse because you are making excuse so that you will not come here again. And another excuse is your face is burned. Derry. You are like the others. You like to say things like that. If you don't feel sorry for my face, you are frightened of it. So Derry says, no, it's not like that. You are also speaking like others. And I think you are also frightened of my face. And if you are not frightened, you think I am ugly as a devil. And if you are not frightened, definitely you think I am ugly and I am like devil. I am a devil. I am a devil. Don't you? So he's become angry now. He said, I am as a devil. I am a devil. Don't you? He shouts on him. Mr. Lamb does not reply. He has gone to his bees. Now Daddy has become angry and he shouts on Mr. Lamb. What do you think of me? Are you this frightened of me, or what do you think of me? You think that I am ugly and I am devil? Please let me know, he shouts. And Mr. Lamb doesn't reply. He has gone to his bees. Now he has gone to see his bees. Quietly. No, you don't. I like it here. Pause. Jerry gets up and shouts. I am going, but I'll come back. You see, you wait. I can run. I haven't got a tin leg. I'll be back. Now he has gone to see, Mr. Lamb has gone to see his face, and Daddy has become very angry. He got up and he said, I'm going now. I'm going, but I'll come back. You see, you wait. I can run. I don't have tin leg like you, and I'll come back. Daddy runs off. Silence. The sounds of the garden again. Now Daddy has gone back. There is only the silence of garden that could be here. Mr. Lamb, there, my dears, that you seen to. Ah, you know, we all know. I'll come back. They never do, though, not them. Never do come back. The garden noises fade. And now he is also talking to himself. Mr. Lamb is talking to himself. He said, there, my dear, that you seen to. Ah, you know, we all know. I'll come back. They never do. So everybody says that I'll come back, but never come. No one of them comes back. Never do come back. And he is talking to himself. So many people come here and they say they'll come back, but they never come. And the garden noise fade. Now scene 2 starts, and scene 2 is of Daddy's house. Daddy has gone back to his house. Daddy's mother is there. Mother, you think I don't know about him? You think I haven't heard things? Now he must have told his mother about Mr. Lamb. And he's saying, what do you think? I don't know about that person. Daddy, you should not believe all you hear. So mother must have heard something about Mr. Lamb. So she says, I know everything about him. So Daddy says, you believe in everything you hear. You should not believe in that. Mother, being told, warned. We have not lived here 3 months, but I know what there is to know, and you are not to go back then. And she said, we are here for only 3 months, but I know what is there and what's not. Everything I know, and you will not go back there in Mr. Lamb's garden. What are you afraid of? What do you think he is? An old man with a tin leg, and he lives in a huge house without curtains and has a garden. He said, what do you think about that man? What do you know about him? He has tin legs and he lives in a very big home. There are no curtains and he has a garden. And I want to be there and sit and listen to things, listen and look. So he said, I want to go there. I want to sit and listen to things and listen and look. See how much inspired he is from Mr. Lamb, and Mr. Lamb has actually told him the reality of life, and now he has understood the things better. Listen to what? Mother said, listen to what? Bees singing, him talking. I want to listen to the bees, buzzing of the bees, and I want to talk to him. Mother, and what's he got to say to you? Things that matter, things nobody else has ever said, things I want to think about. So mother asks, what he has said to you? So Daddy says, I want to talk to him because he thinks and he tells about the things which matter, and he talks about the things which nobody has ever talked to me. Then you stay here and do your thinking. You are best of here. So mother says, you will not go there. You just sit here and think. You are best here. I hate it here. You can't help the things you say. I forgive you. It's bound to make you feel bad things and say them. I don't blame you. So mother says, you can't help the things you say, whatever you are saying. I forgive you for these all the things. It's bound to make you feel bad things and say them. I don't blame you. He said, you are somebody is forcing you. He's forcing you to say these all the things. And I don't blame you for that. Daddy, it's got nothing to do with my face and what I look like. I don't care about that, and it isn't important. So mommy is saying your face is also burned, and you think also bad, and you are saying these bad things. So I don't blame for you. So now Daddy says, it's got nothing to do with my face and what I look like. I don't care about that, and it isn't important. It's what I think and feel and what I want to see and find out and hear. He said, what is important? What I think, what I feel. And who has taught him these all the things? These all the things were taught to him by Mr. Lamb. And he taught him the real meaning of life. He taught him the real meaning of life, that your physical appearance doesn't mean anything. What do you think, what do you feel, and how you live life, that is more important. And I am going to back there only to help him with the crab apples, only to look at things and listen, but I am going. So he said to mother, I'll go there, I'll help him with crab apples, and I will sit there, I'll listen, I'll talk to him, and I'm going. Mother, you will stop here. Oh no, because if I don't go back there, I'll never go anywhere in this world again. So Daddy says, he's angry now. He says, I don't want to go anywhere. If I'll not go to that place, I'll not go to any place in the world again. The door slams. Daddy runs panting. Now he's very angry. He runs from there. He's panting. And I want the word. I want it. He says, and goes from there. Now third scene. Mr. Lamb's garden. Garden sound, the noise of a branch shifting, apples thumping down, and branch shifting again. So he has reached back. He was very angry with his mother. He was fighting with his mother to come to the garden, and finally he has come back. Mr. Lamb, study. That's got it. That's it. More apples fall, and again. That's it. And a creak and a crash. The ladder falls back. Mr. Lamb with it. A thump. The branch twists back, creak, then silence. Daddy opens the garden gate, still panting. Now Mr. Lamb, he's working with his apples. He is there with the ladder to pick his apples, but suddenly he falls down, and the branch also breaks. And the sounds of creaking sound of the branch could be heard. And as soon as he falls down, the noise of thump is there. Daddy opens the gate. Still panting, he is coming there, running. Daddy, you see, I came back. You said I would not, and they said, but I came back. I wanted. So he wanted to talk to Lamb, and he was telling Mr. Lamb that, see, I told you I'll come back, and I have come back. He stops, dead silence, and suddenly he stops. He's surprised to see what happened, and there was silence all around. Mr. Lamb, Mister, you have. He runs through the grass, stops, kneels. He runs there. He goes near Mr. Lamb, and he bends down. Mr. Lamb, it's all right. You fell. I am here. Mr. Lamb, it's all right. So he's there, and he says, I'm because Mr. Lamb, he has fallen from the tree, and he says, I am there to help you. Don't worry. You'll be okay, because he has fallen down there. I came back, Lammy Lamb. I did come back. He said, Lammy Lamb, I have come back. Don't worry, I have come back to help you. But Daddy begins to weep, and the climax is very sad because Mr. Lamb falls and he dies. And Daddy begins to weep because Daddy has lost his best friend, a friend who has told him meaning of his life. And for the first time he had a person in his life with whom he could share everything, and he must be feeling very bad, and he continues to weep. So that's the end of the chapter where Mr. Lamb taught Daddy the real meaning of life. The real meaning of life is nothing matters. What matters is how you feel and how you live your life. Your physical appearance or anything, whatever people say about you, doesn't matter anything. It's about you, how you choose to live your life, and how you understand your life and what you feel about life. So this is the end of the chapter. Hope you must have understood.